Okay.
You look like Shrek took a shit on your neck.
Let's see.
You look like the inside of other people's assholes.
Aha.
This is the least confusing erection
Cool.
I've ever had.
Oh, shit. The drinks are not on Wade.
Next
Use
is...
the money for sex, not for friendship.
Clear my throat. And then... Let's see. Let's go there.
My old boyfriend is dead. Yeah. Oops.
Alright, so now I'm just waiting for
right?
Facebook.
Sweet
there we go.
suit.
Alright,
Made
cool.
from over 9,000 individually wrapped
So,
Jewish copies.
we have this. I forgot to start setting everything up.
My baby boy.
So let's see. We are working on... where is it? Where is it? We're working on the judge. This is part 1. Okay. We got me down there. Blah.
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait to
My voice is
join the
kind of
gang.
messed up
Can't
because I'm
wait
a
to
little under
give
the
you
weather.
beast a nice little belly rub. It's
And
gonna be
what are
great.
we listening
Yeah,
to?
can't wait to move in.
We're listening to that.
Mahogany.
Seriously, it's called the X-Men. I mean,
And
there are women here, right?
so,
very sexist.
let's see.
The middle meltdown.
Tools used
you, lesbian
are
commander.
We have
these.
everything we need now. Thank you.
You don't have everything
I
you
need
need.
to fix this.
Some black hats.
See that?
1980s
bring it
burglars.
down there.
Tell the rest of the trench coat mafia that they look
Cool.
better in a trench coat than the two of you. He looks like that guy from Lord of the Rings if he had gotten cancer. You're the size of Gollum.
So, step,
Worst tasting
we're on
fat
step
guy.
number 1.
Let's fucking go!
And, yep, that's the Deadpool commentary.
Big silver sex toy.
Well,
You
this is the
the
gag reel.
Let's go!
The gag reel.
Dr. Phil can work.
Anyway, so, commentary. We're doing the one with Deadpool himself.
All right. Welcome to
Cool.
the Deadpool home entertainment commentary.
Has a nice ring to it.
Alright,
Thank you.
so
This
that's
is Ryan
playing.
Reynolds. I'm here
This
with
is Judge Part
Brett
1.
Reese
Let's
and Paul
open this
Wernick.
up.
Hello.
the screenwriters of the Deadpool Cinematic Festival.
Hello, Facebook
Just to
Live.
set the
Anyway, so
tone.
here is
We're
the
at my house.
instruction
basement of my
booklet,
house.
which you're going to see right
Where we've been for the last
where is
14
it?
months.
Here.
Yes, where I've had
down
these
here?
guys.
So I'll have this to the
so if you
side.
hear, we're in my house. If you hear dogs barking or
So first
something,
things
or
first,
if you hear an elderly door-to-door salesman who sounds like
I'm
he's
going to
tied
separate
up
the arms and legs from the
with the
body
ball
unit.
gag and several other things.
So yes,
carry on.
my voice is going to be
It should also
weird.
be-
I'm
it
going to
should
have a
also be
little
known
bit of
that we have a
phlegm,
life-size
but I'll be coughing it
Deadpool
out,
in
so
the
don't
room
worry.
with us. The suit that I stole while shooting the film.
Here's the body.
I brought home with me and is basically sort of presiding
hopefully
over the commentary.
The audio
What
isn't
year
too
was the,
loud.
Sexiest Man Alive, Ryan?
Hopefully.
For me or Hugh Jackman?
You.
And
For me, it was 2010.
yeah,
For
hopefully
Hugh
everything
Jackman,
is good.
2008.
All right,
those
so
great
I
years.
saw Hugh the other day, and
we're
somebody made
gonna
a joke
put
about that,
this
and we couldn't
off
tell
to
you
the
who
side.
the other guys were, which is sort of.
Actually,
Oh,
we're gonna put this on the
sure,
floor.
I'm kidding. I've got all the
So
issues
put
right
this down
here.
here.
Does anyone want to talk about
First
what
things
inspired
first.
the credit scene here?
Yeah.
This
was a,
is
Phillips
a
Carousel
die-cast body,
advertisement directed by, I think, Adam Burr.
Yep.
and there
Adam
is
Bird,
a
yeah, that's what inspired this. This is 6
weapon.
years old, basically. This has been in the
Yeah,
script forever.
weapon.
This
So we're
song
gonna
was
put
the
that in the
first
box.
song we had in the script as
We're
well.
not going to need this anymore,
It
so
was.
we can
Yep.
toss that away.
Angel of the Morning.
first
by
things
Juice
first,
Newton.
Which will introduce Juice to a
This
whole new generation,
is the
which we're
body
most
unit.
excited about.
and as you can
That's
see,
true.
scrolling on the right
And this
side, it
is, of
says
course,
removed
100%
arms and legs,
CGI.
revealing just the
Tim
torso.
Miller originally wanted
So,
to do the
let's see,
vast,
let's look at the range of motion.
majority of the movie in a computer
He's
entirely.
got shoulders, which
He
is
actually wanted
good.
to, because he'd never directed a film before, he wanted to do a CGI version
He's
of the entire
got
movie first.
elbows,
Set foot on this
elbows,
impractically shot
yep,
it, which
elbows.
he soon realized was totally
Damn,
ludicrous
okay,
and impractical.
that
but,
is hard.
but a great idea. Be nice
That
if we
is
could do
difficult to move. At least I know he's gonna have good
in our
posability.
cap here. But also that opening credit
Possibility.
sequence was in the movie, then out of the movie, then in the movie, then out of the movie,
What?
and thank God
Wait a
it
minute.
stayed in the end. 'Cause we
That
love
locks in place. That is cool. All
That's
right.
Tim Miller's gum, by the way. That is the director's real gum
Cool.
that was on the ceiling of the.
You're
that
obviously
right?
listening
Yeah,
to
yes,
the
yes, it was.
Deadpool commentary. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. Cool. Oh, butterfly joint.
As actors in
Cool.
that opening credit
Butterfly
sequence, did
joint.
you need to have waivers
You could do
for
a hug.
that in terms of
All right.
not having your
So.
name on the opening titles?
Okay.
No.
He's got.
We didn't. As long as you don't use anyone else's real name, it's fine.
He's got a good bend.
Yes.
That's to the right. That's to the
She's quite
left.
lovely. She would have made me
And then
very
here's to the
happy.
front. Ooh. Damn.
Should I say
Okay.
where the name Dopinder comes from?
Please, yes.
Here's to the
The
back.
name Dopinder is a guy
That's
that I went to
good.
elementary school with who
Damn. Okay.
unfortunately died
Okay.
being struck by
Oh.
lightning.
Oh. Damn.
I'm not
Okay.
making that up.
Yes, so you called for it, remember?
Cool. All right.
And he was a buddy of mine, and I sort of
Legs.
pay homage to him by
Obviously
using
full-on
his name
splits,
here
that's
in the
cool.
movie. He's now immortalized by
That
Karan
thing.
Soni, who plays our Dopinder.
He's got a nice foot.
Karin actually, my daughter
Ankle?
found Karin.
So, what does Miss Mama June taste
Okay.
like?
He was in the AT&T
Ooh.
ads,
Okay. Cool.
and she loves him, and
All
thought he
right,
was so
let's see.
funny, and she was
Oh.
the one who
Really?
recommended him to me, and then
The
me
knee?
to the casting
Oh,
director, and
nice.
then he came in. Yep.
God, he was such a find.
That's
he
a
was
good. That's
so
a good
great.
bend on the knee. Wow.
Dopinder is talking about the red suit here. Should we talk a little bit
Okay.
about the suit and your reaction
So-
to the first time you saw it?
Yeah.
All right.
that's,
We found out its
oh
range of
God.
motion.
The suit was.
Now
made
let's
me
take
weep
off
the
the
first time I saw it.
arms.
In fact, it was.
And subsequently made you weep every time you had to put it on.
That's true.
And
At
the
the beginning of the film, it took
legs.
about 40 minutes to put it on, and by the end, I
What's
had
it
that
say?
down to 10.
Right around here.
But it is
Okay.
a work of art, that suit. It truly is. Russ
Damn.
Schenkel at Film Illusions created it. I think it's the most faithful
Oh.
comic book to screen
that.
adaptation of a super suit
These
ever.
move out to the
Absolutely.
side.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just-
pretty
just
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
How many suits
These
were there,
move up and
Ryan?
down.
There were 9
That's
suits.
pretty cool.
We destroyed 7 of them,
Maybe not supposed to come
Shooting
off
the
like
film.
that, but
and one of the 2 remaining suits
Totally
I left
fine.
with at the end of the filming. That's the one
damn,
that
I
is
want to
presiding
paint
over
this.
our commentary right now. I just
But
walked
not
off
right
set with
now.
it and basically told them to go fuck themselves. 'Cause
Yeah.
I waited 10 years to do the movie, and
Broke a few laws.
Cool.
if they want
So,
to take the suit back, they
we
can
got
come try
that.
and take it from me.
We
I
got
was in
step
very
number
good shape
1.
when I shot the Deadpool movie, and I
We
felt
got that out the
confident that I
way.
could
Now
take out a 107
we're gonna
pound
do
studio
this
executive.
step number 2.
And contrary to what you might think, you could see out of it pretty well, and we could also hear you
All right.
talking
So
without it seeming too muffled.
with
It was
that
it was
thing
pretty-
going
I
off
do
on
feel
the
like we had some dumb
side,
luck
I
with the
don't
suit
know
there.
what
we
I'm
really got
doing,
lucky.
so I'm
You
gonna
could
put
hear,
these up
you could
here.
hear Deadpool very well, and I could see very well. We had
So I
two,
can
two different sets of
have
some
an
eyes.
idea.
We had the stunt eyes for the suit,
And
which the black part was sort
looks
of a
like we're
mesh. I
messing
could see
with
through it,
the
and then
body.
for close-ups, I used an opaque
so we don't need the
eye mask.
arms and
So
legs.
that's an opaque one. You can't see just the white part of it. The only piece I
Now,
can see through.
Let's
and the
find
eyes
out.
pop out, right?
Yeah, they're
The,
magnetic. They actually clip on with
Let's
magnets.
find out.
And if you're wondering
What
why
parts
Deadpool
do I
seems
need?
so expressive in the suit, part of that is
I
Ryan's
need-
genius physicality in acting him
All right, here we go.
in the suit, but it's also the fact
Uh,
that they did
I
some
should have set this up
facial
earlier,
motion
but I
capture,
didn't.
and they actually
So
used
it's fine.
CG to animate the face in
You
specific
need
scenes so that Deadpool can make expressions like his eyes open right there, for instance, just a little bit. That's actually
DGIBHS
done on a computer because the
P,
suit itself is
Q
not
and
that expressive.
I. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
I'm totally not gonna remember any of those. But here's D.
Ryan's
Oscar.
Australian
I don't need
accent,
A.
Like it.
absolute favorite.
Like to have a good time with my Aussie accent. Just
Let's
get right
see.
in there and
H.
little
Do I need
Hugh
H?
This
Is there an
was
H in there?
originally
don't
conceived
remember.
in a
Is there
computer
an H? No.
as test footage.
Yeah.
We did.
this is part of the infamous test footage.
Okay, there's an
that
H.
leaked online. We did it. I think 2011. We did the test
There's
for
a
Fox.
Yep.
P.
Yeah,
So
Tim
need
Miller
those.
was, I believe he got
Cool.
what, $300,000, something like that?
Something.
To-
275.
Oh.
275 to prove to the
Wait.
studio that he could handle the movie, and he did
No.
this wonderful test, and it was so
Here's an
wonderful, but the
S.
public never saw it. So
Do I need an S?
we started all hatching a
No.
plot when we were having difficulties getting the movie greenlit. We started hatching a plot to leak the footage.
Are you in you're
And when I say hatching a plot, none of us was technologically savvy enough
To
to
figure out
actually
how to do
leak
that.
it. So we kept trying to. Each of us was trying to convince the others to do it for him.
I think that's what's happened. That's the story we're telling each other. But I think one of us, I believe that one
Ryan
of us
Reynolds.
did
Ryan
it.
Reynolds.
One of us leaked that footage.
Yay,
His name
my
rhymes
Etsy
with
order
Ryan Reynolds.
Brian.
made
mean,
it
it's
to
a-
the customer.
It's kind of like a game of Clue. There are only about 6 or 7 suspects, so
True.
somebody was in the dining
And
room
they
with
like
the
it.
candlestick.
Absolutely. And that's
Which
Oh, that
probably
was
is
fun.
worth talking about,
Cool.
kind of
Anyway,
the evolution of
what am I
of
looking
the
for? I'm
long
looking for
process
F,
of getting this
F.
movie made, because again, we're
No
talking
F.
now 2011, which was
Okay.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the movie, Ryan,
Do I
has
need
been
E?
in development, what? You were first
No.
brought the comics, what, in
I've been
Okay, nope.
2004. I've
Ooh,
been
B.
involved with Deadpool or
Yeah,
attached
B.
to some aspect of Deadpool
How about a
development
Q?
for
Do I need a Q?
11 years
Yeah.
before actually making the movie. So
And it came to you when you
C,
were doing
nope,
Blade,
don't
it
need
right?
came to
those.
me when I was doing Blade Trinity.
G.
Say what you will about that movie, but
I need G.
it brought me great
Where's G?
things. It actually was
Yep,
a lot
there's
of
a
fun. I got
G.
to sort of improvise a lot
Okay.
and goof
How
around.
about an
and,
I?
looking back at
Yep,
it,
there's an
you know,
I.
I look
Okay.
back at it and I think, wow,
How
I was
about a
kind of in a
J?
weird way playing Wade Wilson in that movie, and I didn't even know
Ooh,
it.
how about this one?
Someone else did.
K2,
though.
nope.
That's who sent me the comic book.
How about a J?
Stack
Do I need a
Comics.
J?
I was sent them, and a
No.
guy knew said, you know, you're Deadpool. I
No.
said, who's Deadpool? He said, you should read these comics. If they ever make a Deadpool movie, you're the guy. And I read them, and
I think I got
fell in love with
everybody.
it, and that was in 2004
think.
when that panel came out in the Deadpool comic that said, you know, asking Deadpool what he looks like, and he said,
Alright.
I'm a cross between Ryan Reynolds and a Sharkey.
Let's see.
That was
Let's
sort of
put these
his
back in
net,
the
I thought.
box.
And then it moved over to Fox,
And then
Yeah.
correct? Because it was
Yes.
at New Line, was it not?
I
check
think it was a
everybody.
New Line
See
is
if
where
I have
it was
everything I
on
need.
Avi Rod had it actually. It was, I don't know if it was actually had it on
We
Studio
have.
Home. Avi Rod
I.
owned Marvel at the time.
There's an I.
A
Okay.
little startup called Marvel
have a
that seemed to do all
G.
right. And then
Here's
yeah,
a
eventually
G.
with Fox. So
Here's a
with all
Q.
the other X-Men properties. So yeah.
Here's a
And
B.
we wrote the script in 2009,
Letter P.
and a draft of the script in
H.
every calendar year since.
K. D.
Right, yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
S?
2009.
That's what
But
it
the
was.
script is
It's an
largely
S.
the storylines have largely stayed the same.
Where's
Interestingly,
S?
if you go back and read our first
Oh, now I
of
gotta
the
find
script
it.
and then you watch the movie, it's
S.
not that
S.
different.
It's just
I mean,
more expensive.
A lot more
Which one is
expensive.
S?
Old version is too expensive.
Which
At
one
one
is
point, we had a
S?
PG-13 version. Fox commissioned us to
That's not
to
it.
write a PG-13 version.
Where
Six
did it
pages
go?
long.
The character of Angel Dust, played by Gina
What
Carano,
the? Oh.
was actually 3 different
S.
characters. It was Garrison Kane, Wire,
Alright, cool.
and Sluggo.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
So we
And
have
then,
everybody,
for budget
finally.
reasons, we did away with 2 and
Now-
changed the 3rd to Angel Dust.
Yeah.
We ended adding.
Now we
ended
can
up
do stuff.
adding Negasonic Teenage Warhead
So we
much
need
later.
D.
True.
Alright.
She was not in the original draft,
Oh, here's D.
but Colossus
Get
was
some.
always there.
This
some
entire
D.
sequence is shot on a viaduct in Vancouver, British
All
Columbia,
right,
where I grew
we
up.
have
This is my hometown.
those.
And I became public enemy number 1
And
because
here's
we
the
cocked
X-Acto
up the
knife.
traffic in Vancouver for
Where are
2.5
my
weeks
side
while we took
cutters?
over this bridge.
Where did they go?
Somehow I got thrown under the bus with that. All the media in Vancouver was blaming me
Here
for
they are.
the issues, which I guess to some degree it is my fault.
Kind of your fault.
I
The
do-
black
I do
liner, I don't
apologize
have
to the
that yet.
citizens
Or
of
we don't need it
Vancouver,
yet.
Columbia.
We don't need
We
red, we
shot,
don't need blue,
the entire movie in
At least
in,
not yet. and we
Vancouver.
don't need the panel
Yeah,
line.
it was great. Good city to shoot in. Great crews.
Right now, we're just cutting out the color. Cutting out the colors. Cutting out the
I think we
parts.
feel that whenever you're writing an
So,
action scene, you want to stack the odds against
3,
your hero.
That guy right there who I just shot in the
10,
head.
and 11.
He was my double in Blade.
3.
He was my stunt double.
Oh, is that right?
was
If
my
I could
main
hold a
stunt double
dang
in
thing,
Blade.
that'd be
Wow.
great. Number
Yeah.
3, letter 3.
But yeah, we always like to stack the odds against the
Okay.
hero, and we
Letter
did it in this
3.
scene by reducing Deadpool's
Letter
ammunition supply
10
to
and
only 12
11.
bullets, and we just put him in a predicament. How do you use 12 bullets to kill a bunch of guys?
Mhm.
It's the only sequence Deadpool shoots a gun. Is that correct?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
katanas.
Well, one other right at the very end of the film.
Alright,
Oh,
so
yes.
bullet.
One bullet.
But
here's
I
how
do love
it
the
goes.
katanas. I got shot in the asshole there, which right up until about a week before shooting that sequence, it was in the face.
Here's how it goes. You cut the
And
parts
then we
out.
changed it. We just
Ryan
thought
had the
See-
idea of
asshole
getting
would be a lot
shot in the
funnier.
See that
ass.
ugly stuff right here?
So
That's
funny, and
called
it gets a huge laugh.
nubs.
Just
We're
always
gonna take those
trying
off.
to find some way to work in right up Main Street.
So let's do that.
Oh yeah.
I'm touching myself.
He shoots one gun there, and
We have
and
two-
both
we have both barrels
are
smoking.
So
Because we're complete.
Ah, so smooth,
wipes.
so nice. Next.
Oh yeah. That's Glenn. He's about to get it. He's about to get what he deserves.
Oh, look at that.
you do
Hella
training
smooth.
with the katanas, Ryan.
So
beforehand?
smooth, so
I can't
pretty.
remember. I know you did it going into the Wolverine movie.
trying
Did you
not to
do it
stab
on
myself.
this
I did
one?
a lot of it on Wolverine,
Looks
and then
nice.
I did it. You know, there's only so much.
Now I gotta do
you
that
can
2
with
more times.
katanas, but and this is one of them. Just spinning them around like that, but yeah, no, I like doing it. I like the katana stuff.
And you have some katanas in the house from Wolverine, don't you? Didn't you take
There-
the katanas?
I did take the katanas.
So
this
man,
is
you
a-
steal everything.
I was
You're
gonna
a
say,
little bit of a
you're a
kleptomaniac.
serial.
Oh, there
in
we go.
a fitting piece of destiny, those were stolen from me.
Were they?
I moved, and yeah, somebody stole the Wolverine
That's a huge bummer.
katanas. Yeah,
Oh, that
But
looks so good.
right next to you are actually a pair of katanas that are stolen from there on the Deadpool
So
right there.
smooth.
Oh, okay.
So nice. Here we go.
Oh, those jeans.
Great.
That was our ass to ass transition.
Yep.
A nod to Requiem for a Dream.
Nod to Fellini.
I did.
It always bugged me that I flushed the toilet after telling him I just took a shit in his kitty litter box.
Yeah.
Ah, come on. That little piece. Just
That
want to cut
is
it off.
B. Arthur on the shirt.
Yep.
I told Howie.
That cost 10 grand. I don't mind saying.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Who
right?
did we have to license that from? Is that B. Arthur's estate or
Yeah,
is that
that's
Golden
exactly
Girls?
it. It was the B. Arthur's estate, but it was a donation to one of her charities,
There we
which I
go.
think was wonderful and totally worthwhile doing. But as a producer,
Now
I
it's
had to
clean,
approve a
now it's
$10,000,
pretty.
which was just stupid at the time because we were so
Oh,
desperate
so
to keep
pretty.
every penny on the screen, and our movie did not have a big budget at all. But you
Now,
can't have a Deadpool movie without B. Arthur appearing, so I felt like it was worth
what
it.
do I want to
for
do?
sure.
Yeah.
Not a chandelier.
Yes, I'm keeping it warm.
I want to
Just look, man, can I
panel
make
line
Sam's- I will
this.
shoot your fucking-
Those sunglasses that Gavin's wearing right there end up on your face in the next scene, and I think very few
Yeah.
people
I
will
don't
make
I wanna
it.
think
panel line
anybody.
these.
I know, and I always cringe as I'm coming down the stairs
So,
wearing them in the next scene because I
How do
worry
we
that people
panel
think I
line?
just made a fashion choice. by
Let me get
selecting
my
this
my ink. I'll be back.
one. Whoops.
The pizza box is Feige's famous.
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige, a little Easter egg to the head of Marvel, the genius behind Marvel.
That's true.
But it does bear mentioning, this is not a Marvel Studio movie. This is a Fox movie, and a lot of people make that mistake or make that assumption that this is.
I'm always shocked how many people in the media make that mistake too. You get a lot of that too. And the media is never wrong. That guy was great. That guy was fantastic.
Leave it close. And for general
Alright, I'm back.
worst of it,
Alright, so
I have some hard spots too.
we have
That came out.
He had no idea I was gonna kiss.
panel
Karen.
line,
The
accent
person.
color,
That
the
was great.
color black.
Oh, there
So give this a good shake.
This we shot. This was the final scene we shot.
Got
on
the
whole
cough
film,
drop
yeah.
on.
It was.
And we said it would never see the light
Now,
of day. and
Here
it
we
is.
are.
This
Mostly because of those glasses
is
that nobody realizes are from.
I love your expression when you look at them, though, as you take them
Oh,
off.
it's so thank God we found that
Where
tape
are my-
because, ew, yeah, there you go.
I should probably put this on the tools. Alligator clips.
But mostly the
Rollerblades, for whatever reason, have always made me laugh.
Always. That was a Ryan ad lib.
That was-
Ryan is just a
You know
genius
what?
ad libber, a genius improviser. And just
I wonder if that'll work.
We have a lot of fun. We all had a lot of fun
That
writing
might work.
Hulks, though. That was our favorite pastime. on the
Yeah,
set.
that might
Yeah.
work.
I'm just a bad guy who gets
So we
paid to
got
fuck
that.
up worse guys.
So
Welcome
now,
to Sister Margaret's. It's like a job fair for Mercy.
this.
Sister Margaret's, we shot. That was what bar in
this,
Vancouver was
take
that,
this.
Ryan? That was
That was the Cobalt Bar
Cobalt.
in Vancouver. A bar when I was a kid you would never go within 3,000 feet of, and now is just like hipster
And
central.
let's see.
Is it because it felt like you still wouldn't go within 3,000 feet?
Yeah, it has its night. It has Civic Night where it's sort of hipster central, but yeah, otherwise it's generally kind of.
Make sure that gets back to mid.
I wouldn't go within
See,
3,000
let's
feet of
see.
hipster central, to be honest.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
For a merc, you're pretty warm-blooded. Bet you let the kid off easy too.
T.J. Miller, Force of Nature.
Love T.J. Miller.
Stalking. I was way worse than him when I was his age. I was traveling to exotic places. Baghdad.
T.J. Miller's one of those guys that can.
Cool.
He can't not improvise. Like you can't. It's like a fish in water. He just has to fuck around, and it's great. And at least this is the kind of film where we leave a lot of room to do that. So.
Bailey's and whipped cream. I give you a blowjob. Why are you making me make that?
Kelly. Take that over to please and tell him it's from me. Little
That's a
foreplay.
little stiff. What the heck?
Remind me what good will come of this.
I don't take the shits. Just disturb them.
Look at that. So, we want a little bit more.
Fuck you. It's a new stool. Alright, move. Fuck, arrest.
Now, originally you had bet on Alex Trebek in the Deadpool, right? That was who you
I bet on
decided?
Alex Trebek. I said it because Alejandra's favorite color is cocaine.
Nobody wins today. Nice try, Wade.
You got me.
There you go.
I
Looks
picked
good.
both in the Deadpool. Who'd you pick?
You know, Wade about
No. You did not bet on me to die.
Cool. So that looks good.
Is anybody dead on the Deadpool now? That would be awful. I hope
That would
not.
be awful.
Excuse me.
No, I don't think it is the case. But
Let's
who's
see,
up on
this
that board?
goes
It's
Oh,
What?
you got everybody.
There's some
up there.
great
Bill
ones.
Cosby.
How does
you
that
got,
go?
You got Tim Miller. You got me.
yeah,
You got Ryan Reynolds
Ryan
up there.
Reynolds.
There's a
This
shit ton of
Go.
Justin Bieber's up
great ones.
there.
You know, Justin Bieber was
Where?
initially one of the
Oh yes.
names I had on the Deadpool, or one of the guys I had picked for the
That makes no sense.
tight.
Is this thing supposed to be turned around or what?
When we were trying to get the movie
I guess it
made,
is supposed to be turned around.
just-
Alright.
We were doing everything and anything, and actually
So
there
look,
was a computer
On
program
that thing,
that you could. It
This
was like
thing
an animated computer program where the voice
is
was a
pointed backwards.
computer-generated voice, and you could punch
Right
in
there.
dialogue, and the
right there.
computer
pointed
would
backwards.
spit out the voice matched to
So,
the animated characters.
we're gonna turn this
And
around.
we
Is that
made one.
available somewhere?
You know, I tried to pull it back up, and I couldn't. They had gotten rid of it. It
make
didn't
this go in the
exist
back.
anymore.
We made one for this particular scene. And
Yeah.
And
I always
the
love
hopes.
this. This is just
And-
you guys being geniuses. I love this dialogue here. The both
Just
of
like
us.
that. There's the back.
I was molested.
Me too. Morena was such a
Cool.
sport. Just
There's the back.
love. She loves working blue.
Now for the sides.
There's a wonderful potty mouth.
Let's see. Sides.
I didn't even know sleep. It was pretty much 24/7 ball gags, brownie mix, and clown porn.
There you go.
boy, I'm just afraid of that word clown porn. That just sounds terrifying.
Clown porn?
Yeah.
You'd
Cool.
be shocked. It's actually
So we
not
have
bad.
that.
Hey, what?
So that's what that looks
did
like.
they shave a little
So what we're gonna
notch into your
do-
eyebrow, Ryan?
You
or-
only realize that just
I
now?
just now
Are
realized.
going
Of
that.
course,
to
there's scars all over my head and my
remove
face, and we wanted to give Wade a kind of look of as though he had a sort of a history
and
of violence.
pen align that thing.
So there's scars all over. You can see the side of my head.
So we're
There's
gonna
one-
pen align
One
that.
that runs through my eyebrow, and that's all just the great Bill Corso, who's just a genius makeup artist, who also did our scarring effect on Deadpool's face.
Now I
He's,
could do two different things.
he did
I could do
Foxcatcher
pen
and a
align
few
with the
other
Gundam
movies
marker,
that are just, Lemony Snicket's
or I could do
incredible
pen align with the.
makeup work.
Tireless
accent
too,
liner.
on set at crack of dawn.
I want to play with the
all
accent
over.
liner a little bit more, so
Yeah, just
we're gonna go
great
with that.
attitude, great work.
And the best
The
holder.
skee-ball scene was not in the original script, and
Alligator
it was added to
clips.
give a little bit more of a sense of connection and a romantic development.
Alligator
between these
clips
two
are your
characters, so that their
friend.
relationship wasn't too based just on sex.
All right, here we go.
And I think it captures Wade's kind of immature, childish spirit. I think one of the most important characteristics of Deadpool is his childish nature.
Yeah, he really sort of represents a huge part of the population that are adult geeks, you know, and I love that. I love that about him. He worships the Voltron ring.
My children were in this scene and ended up on the cutting room floor, actually.
Where they belong.
Where they belong.
Where they belong.
If their performances
No
had been better.
nepotism on this film, I'm sorry.
Voltron, Rhett, talk about the Voltron thing, because that was a little bit of a late ad.
Well, I think again it was just getting at that nerd. Okay, we got to stop talking about Voltron and start talking about this, because this was probably the toughest particular sequence in the movie.
How is it that we spent more time on this fucking sequence?
I know.
Than any other sequence in the film, I think.
It was just so difficult to choreograph and design jokes around and
get the right tone.
Yeah. International Women's Day coming up. That's one of our favorites.
Which is what, March 8th, right?
March 8th, International Women's Day.
Yep.
Cool.
Also, my brother's birthday and Alanis Morissette Day.
Come on, video camera.
Yeah,
Focus on that
Is
one.
that right?
I know my.
Looks
You
nice.
know your
we
March
know our
8th.
holidays now after this fucking movie. We actually had an alt here, which was a Happy Alanis Morissette Day, but we didn't use it.
we had to line up all the holidays so that they occurred in the correct chronological order
Yeah.
around the year, which was difficult.
We could have just shot a scene where two people fuck for 5 minutes. That would have been easier.
Surely easier.
But we do love our Deadpool audience.
Your left leg is Thanksgiving, and your right leg is Christmas. How busy are you between the holidays?
Angus Strathy was our costume designer who found all these horrific sweaters. This is just the worst one I chose. You can imagine what was available.
Really?
Oh, why we're so good together.
Why is that?
Well,
There we go.
you're crazy, bitch. I'm crazy. Deep down.
So compare that.
We're like two jigsaw pieces, you know. Weird curvy edges.
Nice,
Put
right?
them together and you can see the picture on top. Wait.
Now there is a problem with the the accent
You haven't
line.
gotten around to asking me.
The parts tend to bleed into each other,
My brother actually.
but it is
proposed
very
to his
sharp and it's very nice.
wife with
So
a
we're gonna do
ring
one
on.
more time.
Really?
Yeah.
Had
Is that
was
true?
it
Yes.
hiding up his asshole as well?
I will have to
Or was
ask
he-
him.
Please do. I would love to.
Here we go.
I love you, Wade Wilson.
You're supposed to, so that's a...
There we go. There we go.
I feel just like a little girl. What if I just held on and never let go?
Just ride a bitch's back like Yoda on me.
Oh, Star Wars jokes.
Empire.
Jesus Christ, it's like a...
You know, interestingly, this movie is many things, and it really is the beating heart of it is the love story between these two characters.
Yeah, we've kind of made a joke about that in the marketing, but it really actually is sort of true. It is this kind of anchor everything. You know, it's what fuels the revenge story in the film.
It is a fucked up romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And again, it's many things, but that is
Again, we're listening to Deadpool commentary.
It is.
Yeah. God bless it, though.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's years of hard work right there in the gym.
And a lot of salmon.
There's a lot of salmon I ate for this movie. It's
Whole
steamed
rivers
vegetables, just-
full of
oh,
salmon are just...
I single-handedly depleted the world's salmon supply.
Since clowns.
This was the first scene we shot of the movie.
Oh my
Day one.
God!
Here's the
you're
second
right.
one.
I always think it's Blind Al, but this was day -1. This was an off-the-record day.
Cool.
Yep.
We shot this in pre-production.
So,
just because
most likely this
the
is the
movie
last
had
time we're using
basically
this, because I totally
$50
forgot
to make a
that's what it felt
$500
like
movie, let's say, and so we had to do a lot of cheating and
to use this
fudging,
thing.
and one of them was shooting this day in
So,
advance. So it was kind of off the books.
It was a 48.
we're gonna get rid of
day
this,
shoot,
and I'll be
which
back.
is, for a movie like this,
It's it's insane.
Tiny.
It's like a little independent film shooting schedule. So yeah.
Most movies of this scope and scale really that's second unit, days or
I'll
48
invoke
days.
Green Lantern for a second time. Green Lantern, just to give you perspective, was an 89
Alright,
day
we're
shoot,
back. So let's see.
and this was 4
So we were
Let's
lean
take
and
a
mean.
look.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
And really the mother of
Alright.
invention, I feel like it forced us to look at things
Next.
in a different way and attack
We
things.
need I.
Necessity is
Yep.
truly invention's mama.
Where's
And
I?
it made us focus on character
Excuse
so much
me if you
more
can
than
hear that.
anything else.
Alright,
But we still
I.
got to do some fun stuff like that.
Number
Yeah.
45.
I mean, among the scenes we had to cut for budget, we did have a
45.
motorcycle chase here,
Here it is.
where Deadpool was chasing Ajax on a motorcycle.
Oh, I missed that sequence though. That would have been
I
fun.
love that too.
Cool. So we have I.
Regina, Saskatchewan. That joke probably only makes Canadians laugh, but it makes me laugh. Oh,
Huh.
and that is why Regina rhymes
lot
with fun.
Which,
of
Ryan, tell us the story. You
I-
were a
Etsy
child.
conversations.
I
Let's
know I
see
was
what he
not. I wish I was a
says.
child. I was about 25 years old, and I was in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I got in a lot of trouble because I messed with a sign and changed it. I just actually put another sign over it, so I didn't actually vandalize public property, but I put another sign over it that said "Welcome to Regina," which rhymes with fun, and I got in a lot of trouble for that. And but
Alright,
something good
where are
came
we?
out of it.
I.
It's, now in the Deadpool movie.
So every time you cut out a piece, you have
That's
nub
all
marks.
computer generated right there. Ryan obviously
Right.
wasn't in the scarred makeup.
And we're
He
gonna-
was under the mask.
we're gonna clean
when he
that
was
up.
In the mask, that was.
Yeah, like I got bit by a radioactive Sharpay.
But something you just said, where you said it makes me laugh, I think that's an important point because so much of the comedy in this movie, we had to rely on our guts and say, well, does it make us laugh? I mean, and we took that approach. If it's making us laugh, perhaps it will make others laugh, and I think that held us in pretty good stead.
I do too. We had so this is another one that just made us laugh, and people seem to like it. It's T.J. Miller's favorite joke.
I think we can all agree that shit just went sideways in the most colossal way. Well, maybe not the most.
Well, there's our Wolverine X-Men Origins reference. I think maybe we only make 2 or 3 references to it in the movie, but that's one of them.
Alright.
You know what people don't get
So
is
we
the
have
one where
that.
I'm going to sew your pretty little mouse
And I
shut.
said,
and,
"Oh,
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
do
do
that.
that, yeah.
People don't click into
I don't
that as
think they
much,
realize,
but
yeah.
it's on second viewing or third view.
I believe this
Yeah, I
is
do
the front.
think the movie will
Looks
have
like
a lot
it's
of
the front.
second and third viewing surprises for people who missed things the first time.
Choose
It's
Yeah,
there.
there's lots of jokes that
pretty
you
rich
miss.
in detail.
Next.
I ran into
G.
Bernadette Peters, which
Where's
is just a
G?
weird thing to say.
There's my G.
In New York City, maybe 4 months ago, and she mentioned this scene because she had to give her
17,
permission for us to use her name, and
Okay.
she was very flattered and very sweet about it.
And in our start gifts, there was a signed Bernadette Peters
Oop.
framed 8 by
Alright.
10 of her, which I actually think Simon Kinberg forged her signature.
I believe he did. I found out for a fact that indeed Simon Kinberg
Let's take
forged
that.
Bernadette Peters' signature, which is probably legal.
I think so. Bernadette, if you're out there, we would
Simon
love an
Kinberg.
original sign.
His number is
Picture.
310-874.
No one is boomboxing shit.
Okay.
We can fight this.
Brett, talk about some of the obscure references, the Yakov Smirnoff,
will
and
keep that
you
there.
know,
Well, I think we always felt that not every reference had to make sense for every audience member, so we freed ourselves and allowed ourselves occasionally to make references that we thought only a few people would get. I mean, when you're talking about Ronnie Millsap,
Oh my
in a
God.
movie that's intended for 17 to 34-year-olds, you're going to go over some heads. But we were committed to the idea that Deadpool has a deep understanding and memory for pop
Oh,
culture.
hello. Almost stabbed
And
myself
we
that
just had
time.
to honor
That's
that.
fun.
Well, we all kind of do. All
Just
three of us
almost.
together sort of we love pop
That's
culture.
fine.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not saying that we always understand
It's
it. We
part
love it.
of
We make a cocoon joke in the movie.
the model building
That was
experience.
I love that.
Nearly cutting yourself.
yeah. Usually they
part of
say
it.
pop culture you has to be a timeless
Alright.
reference so that it doesn't date the movie. But
Well, you
again,
know
as
what?
Rhett was saying, the beauty of Deadpool is
Let's
you
penalize
can
this.
make those obscure references for comedy.
We'll
and
just
it
make
still
sure
works, and
everything is the
almost
way I want it.
even enhance enhances the movie in such a way that.
Totally. Paul, was that your joke?
Wow,
The
totally missed
Chechnya,
that. What
isn't
the
that where you
heck?
go to get cancer?
Yeah, we
I love that.
added that in ADR actually.
Yeah.
It used to be Chechnya. I hear that's nice this time of never.
Yeah.
Which is also
Also
fun.
fun, yeah.
Fun, yeah.
And we were
Alright.
setting up
Looks
a
good.
sequence in the movie that will likely be in the deleted scenes where Wade goes on a world tour to get his cancer
Oh
cured.
God, yeah, that was
and
good stuff.
and ultimately ends up in Guadalajara, Mexico, and meets a quack doctor who's taking advantage of cancer victims and ends up killing him and feels guilty about it. There's a whole
Let's see.
sequence we
Let's
ended up
cut
taking
this
out of
one
the
off.
movie after much long discussion, and hopefully you'll find it in the deleted scenes. And
Yeah.
if not, you're
not,
SOL.
And cut this one off.
This is Jed Reese, local Vancouver actor, guy I've known for maybe 20 years.
There we go.
Great actor,
Cool.
fun.
Now,
game for
pedal line.
anything.
Yay.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he
Galaxy Quest,
played the
great,
good
great.
alien
There we
in
go.
Galaxy Quest.
He had fun on Deadpool. He was very sad that we killed him because he was hoping to be in the sequel.
And interestingly, Agent Smith, obviously a nod to
The Matrix.
The Matrix,
Yeah.
Although some people
Also,
think
they just
his
think his
name
name
is
is Agent
Agent
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, and that was an improv of yours, wasn't it, Ryan? The Agent Smith thing. It made me
think
laugh
that
in
was,
the moment.
I think that was actually your guys' writing. I think so. I made sort of the horrible pedophile jokes, I think, about at the end of the scene. But
So funny.
Cool.
Agent Smith was you guys, which I love. Yeah.
Have you seen the GIF or GIF? I'm not sure that's going around. That it's you doing the shake weight back and
Oh,
forth. It's
yeah.
really funny.
I have. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it actually.
I love it. Made me laugh.
Can you imagine? We're gonna have to start tailoring performances to whether or not they'll be turned into GIFs.
Yeah,
Is it GIF or GIF?
I think it's
Fuck.
GIF, but
I thought
but
we're pop culture.
I know.
Savvy in some way.
Alright. Now this is to go here. At least that's what it says.
I hate seeing that business
What
card with the
the heck?
555 on it. That
Okay.
always takes me out of the movie.
Just drove us all crazy.
It's
Hold
actually
up.
Ryan's cell phone number, isn't
Yes. Give it
Call
a
That
shot.
out.
Give it a
is
try.
the bet.
Give it
The
a
it? It
front.
doesn't even need an area code. You just
No.
do the 7 numbers.
555. I can't believe we have that in there and then we don't even
Okay.
make a joke about it.
So this goes here.
This is a joke from Red
Somewhere
Paul,
here.
which is one of my favorites.
I think we wrote the front half of it, and then this was your improvised line about him being a bad
This
parent.
should
which makes
go
that
in
so
here.
odd.
Which it should. But it is not. Okay. Let's figure this
I
out.
would like that, Deadpool's Wade Wilson in that moment. It's obviously has his mind on
This
something else. He's in this tragic moment, but he still sort of keeps up appearances, and it sort of shows how his
Is
mind works. He's
supposed
still
to
making
go
these jokes,
there.
these random jokes. He's even phoning them in, but it's still
Do you
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really
really? That's it?
Wade Wilson,
Wow,
Deadpool's
okay.
such a complex
I
character
guess.
that really.
I guess it
you know,
goes like that.
You look at his life, and there's so much tragedy. in it.
Because it's
And
interlocking.
he hides behind that tragedy.
So,
the comedy.
that's a plus.
Is what kind of masks the tragedy of his life. And I feel
Alright.
that it really makes him relatable.
the front.
In a way that, he's struggling with things that everybody in real life struggles with, and deals with it in his own particular way.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they pulled
Yeah.
out a gaggle of ass.
Judge
Well,
build
dry
is
cleaning
gonna be
discounts,
fun.
we could've filmed it.
Here comes fourth wall, another fourth wall moment. Ryan, talk about Deadpool and fourth wall and the comics and.
Well, you can't have Deadpool without him breaking the fourth wall. That was the first thing that we all
So
sort of agreed
this-
upon years and years ago, and we tried to do as much of it is made sense in the filming. And actually, by the end of the movie, we actually went back to camera and shot a few extra
Okay.
ones because we just felt like we didn't have enough. So
That actually looks
And
but
really
I love
good.
breaking the fourth wall.
It's really a signature. of
That's
Deadpool
actually
and was in
really
the
good looking.
comics,
Very
from the
much.
very start.
Negasonic Teenage. What the shit? That's the coolest.
And not only fourth
Nice.
wall in that he's addressing the
Looks
camera, but he's also
looks
very aware
good.
that
So we
he's
got
in a
part
movie and
1
that
done.
He's a superhero, right, Rat?
And now we're on part
Yeah,
2,
well,
or
not a
part
superhero.
1.2,
Yeah.
As the case
which
may
is
be.
this.
Can we go?
Look,
I'm a teenage girl.
And this.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Okay.
Rhett, talk about
Next. We
how he
need
stumbled onto her and
H.
Well, Tim, our director, wanted some
H.
extra superheroes in the movie,
Number
particularly on the
14.
X-Men side, and Colossus was already in there. But we
Where's
thought a trainee
there
might
you
be
are.
fun, and
14.
Tim gave us this list of potential minor characters to use, and Negasonic was on the list, and we just
And
fell
B,
in love with the name. We said, who cares
3
what she's
and
like
9.
necessarily, but that name is just priceless. So we built the character around the name.
B3.
That guy was already up there when I got here.
Ryan Reynolds, ad-lib genius right there.
And 9.
And
9.
NTW,
Okay, 9.
her powers, she did not, in the comics, she doesn't have the explosive power that she has in our movie. And for us to have
Now,
added that power to her
we clean him up.
resume, we had to ask Marvel for permission.
Till then, I'm gonna do what I came here to do. Either that, or slap the bitch out of you.
Wait.
Hey,
Zip it, Sinead.
hey, douche pool.
And I hope you're watching.
Quite unfortunate.
Colossus is a tremendous piece of CG. I mean, he's
Yeah.
Next.
just so impressive, and I think much
cut
better than he
these
has
off.
been in earlier incarnations.
Well, he's certainly a faithful adaptation of
Very
of
much.
Colossus now.
And really, it's an actor in a mocap suit, Andre.
Yeah, very hard to pronounce last name. French Canadian name.
This one.
Yeah. But great. Yeah, great actor.
So a lot of different pieces went in to make Colossus. Obviously, you have Andre, who was on set who was about a 6'5" giant who wore platform boots to make himself about 6'8". And
No, we had him. He was about 7'5".
Is that right?
I think the height that we ended up keeping Colossus.
Well, he had
at.
that little tennis ball on top of his head. Too.
Yeah, to
It was
get
like,
him
like
higher,
a
yeah.
Teletubby.
We have that. Right.
And then there was a facial capture of another actor. I don't know. Do you know who
Now
that
to
actor
detail
was?
this.
Sure, but then there was a third gentleman
Who does the voice? Yeah.
You ever see 127 Hours? Spoiler alert.
That was one of my favorite jokes, which was the McAvoy or Stewart joke, which really kind of sums up Deadpool in a very easy to digest way. Just the understanding of knowing he's in a movie, the pop culture references, and the timelines.
When it came time to create Colossus's face, there was a internal push to have his face be captured by Rob Gronkowski, to have them
Yes.
use Rob Gronkowski's face as
Yeah.
the face for Colossus. It didn't work out, but it made us laugh.
Breathtakingly fun.
Cool.
You can generally
The movie's told in
This
a non-linear
piece.
format. It bounces in and out of time and space.
I don't know why I'm
We did that
outlining it.
for
You can't really
a
see
number
it
of
because
different
it's dark
reasons. One
blue.
of which, the
But-
big action sequence, which is on the freeway,
Might as well.
extends over the course of the almost first half of the movie. And we did that because budget was such that we wanted to start the movie with an action sequence and have action, sprinkled throughout.
Now, if this
the
thing
first
was
act,
white,
but couldn't
make more
afford
sense.
to do, three
But
different
it's not.
action sequences. So we structured the film such that we
nothing
started
outlining.
and
What
then
the heck?
bounced
Okay.
in and out of time and space.
All right. Get this on. That doesn't even sit on anything. What the heck? Okay.
This place seems sanitary.
This was
this
shot in an
on.
old World War I munitions factory. So I think we all contracted
excuse me,
some
sorry
if
you hear
diseases
that.
by being there.
It's gone now.
So
This
this
was
goes
the last thing
here.
that building was ever used for. It was bulldozed shortly after filming.
Easy.
Probably turned into condos.
That's backwards. What the
Wang
heck?
for a lady?
I'm calling
Okay.
Wang.
This just sits right
Gina,
there.
so fun,
and
so
doesn't do
tough,
anything.
but so gentle.
It's
for
just
a fighter,
on
she's a
there.
Fighter, so
Okay.
never felt that comfortable
B6.
manhandling.
Now it's gonna
I had
stick
to keep
in.
asking her to be rougher.
Cool.
And Ed, who is just
S.
an absolute true warrior.
1718.
The most enthusiastic
Yeah.
person I think I've ever met. I've said that if he were on the deck of the Titanic and it were sinking, he would be
17,
the only one
18.
standing there doing a jig. Like, he
Yeah.
just doesn't have a negative bone in his body.
Unflappable.
Oh, good. That didn't fly off.
So he's kind of the perfect co-star, you know?
All right.
Just shows up ready to work every day. Good attitude.
Happy to be there.
Yeah. And great. Just really filled Ajax out exactly how we'd hoped.
If you think superhuman powers are required, then
Cool. So
No, he wasn't
this.
written British, but when we found Ed,
here.
when Tim cast Ed, we thought, you know what, it
This
really
should
adds
slide.
to the,
Yep,
to
you
the
slide.
character.
Good, good,
I think to
good.
keep his British accent, he's obviously
Good.
British. So
Oh, it looks good.
I was a patient here once myself.
Oh, even better.
The
It
treatment
looks
affects
better.
everyone
All
differently.
right.
It
Let's
made
clean
energy
this guy up.
really strong.
When you're acting
In my case,
in pain, do you rely on sense memory, or how do you trick yourself into feeling pain that's not there?
That's a good question. I don't. I mean, I've certainly had enough accidents in my life to know what it feels like to kind of seize up like that. But yeah, mostly you're just rigid when you're in pain. And that's kind of what
Now-
you're, I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm not really an actor, to be
These
honest.
three. Go here.
Actually, I have a man's hand up my ass who's puppeting my body throughout the
Alright.
course. It's my agent.
Well, I would imagine acting in
This
a lot of
goes
ways is an
here.
exercise in diluting yourself, right? I mean, because you're ultimately diluting an audience, but at some level you have to dilute yourself to feel the things that you're
Yeah,
supposed
you
to be
just
feeling.
believe it, you know, and it sounds easy enough, but it's not that easy.
Ooh.
But you just believe it. You just make
I
yourself
see
believe.
something. I want to get rid of it.
we'll see about that. I suppose we will. He's all yours.
Oh, come on.
Just get rid of
Gonna
that
leave me
little
all alone
flashing
here with
right
Les
here.
Angry Rosie O'Connell?
There you go.
there's a string of about 15 to 20 Ryan
Different.
ad-libs there.
Well, really, God bless Gina Carano for being such a sport. I must have insulted her
Looks nice.
with every insult you could possibly.
Jose Canseco,
China,
Next.
Kevin Sorbo,
Yeah, the
We have
Chris Angel,
Pete.
Mind Freak,
Humphrey.
31.
Buster Rhymes.
Buster.
Now,
I don't
We
know
have a
if those
choice.
going to be on the DVD. I hope so.
We
I hope
do
so too. I
standard
don't know.
gray
Yeah, there was a few more
or blacklight reactive.
in there.
And that ice bath was
Always
what, warm
black
water
light
with
reactive.
little
That ice
plastic
bath
cubes in it?
was
There were
boiling
31.
hot. Actually, it was too hot for me to stay in, and then to
31.
pretend like you're freezing. Was
And the goo was freezing,
mindfuck.
wasn't the
No,
goo?
the goo was just the slipperiest substance known to
then
man. I couldn't actually walk
B.
out of there to back to the trailer to get cleaned up, and it doesn't come off. It
And the
took
tub
me
was
2
too
days to get
small
off.
too, right?
Oh yeah, it was a fucking nightmare.
4
Anything on my bucket list would involve public nudity.
and 5.
That's Worm. Worm is from the comics.
He was in the end.
All right.
I don't think he's
Got
ever
those
called
cut
Worm
off.
in the
Now
movie,
we
is he?
clean them up.
Cunningham,
Yeah, we
Cunningham.
call him Cunningham.
which I think is his
I think it's
actual
yeah.
name, and then his nickname is Worm.
That's cleaned up. This is cleaned up, or will be cleaned up. Next
I want my whole
is
life
you.
to be lit like that Vanessa Martin
Right?
right there.
Oh God, I
Just be
know.
walking through a Liz Taylor commercial.
Yeah, just. Oh.
White diamonds.
I'm wearing white diamonds right now.
Oh, come on, hurry up.
Hey, don't take any shit from me.
Oh, my deck.
How tough can he be?
I love this look when he hears the word Francis.
All right, let's cut this off.
I
just
love
a little
seeing
bit.
those eyes. I love Ed's face has.
It's like a snake.
Yeah, it's like it casts
Yeah.
shadows
Yeah.
almost. It's so cool.
Dish soap.
Cool.
Ajax from a dish soap. Huge laugh. Probably the in
Weird,
audiences
right?
we've seen
Yeah.
it, probably the third biggest laugh of the movie.
Yeah.
And we didn't see it coming
Next.
at all.
This
No, I
one?
never thought it was. Really
In fact,
funny.
Ajax, I don't even think is a dish soap, is it?
It's a it is a cleaning product,
A
abrasive
cleanser
cleaning
of sort,
product.
yeah.
I think it's like a counter, like all-purpose.
Ah,
cleaning.
They have my glasses.
We just
What the heck?
gave them
Okay,
about 500
fine.
grand worth of advertising.
It's fine.
There.
the problem round the clock torture is that you can't really step it up from there.
There we
For the
go.
3 people that listen to a DVD commentary.
Yes.
Which will be us three.
The 3
Yeah.
people that listen
We
to a
have
DVD
dirty kitchens.
commentary.
Yeah,
That's me.
We may need.
Yeah.
And you by force.
If this doesn't unlock your mutation,
This
Anyway.
fucking machine. I feel like I lived in it for 2
One.
weeks, even though it wasn't that long. But God,
In the script, it was called the Punch Bowl. I don't think it's called the Punch Bowl
Not
anymore.
What? No.
but it
Here.
really was. I really was completely strapped into it, and it was
How?
just
What? Wait, what?
always a slightly disconcerting feeling
This way?
to know that
Yeah.
if that building caught on fire,
Is it?
I'd basically
Okay,
be
I
fucked.
see.
We
People
were
would be
all-
using me as a
we were all
doormat,
gonna
run.
climbing over me just to scramble
Cool.
outside.
And this.
Come on now, we would have, like the
Wheeled
old,
me out?
yeah, well,
Here?
like the old pharaohs, we would have climbed in there with you and,
It
got,
does
and,
go here.
and
Okay,
burned alive, just to honor your sacrifice.
I think the original Punch Bowl, the first Punch
There you
Bowl that
go.
came out was, I think, cost $750,000.
now
I
that
think, to make that prop. I think it was our
goes
most
here.
expensive prop, next to your suit, which was a little bit.
Wait, that punch bowl cost $750,000?
Yes.
Oh, what the heck?
No,
Yes, the first one did.
not this one.
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I should know that. That's what?
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Maybe
Oh,
you just
come on,
made
go
that
inside.
up.
Oh my
I
god,
don't
what the
believe
heck?
you. There's
Chess
no way.
piece.
We're getting to the bottom of this.
Oh,
Someone's in
okay.
trouble.
Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, when Ryan acted
That
this
pierced
scene,
me just a little bit. Okay.
the
Okay,
breaths and
okay,
the fighting
okay.
for
Well, you could
Pain's
watch
gone.
every
Alright,
one
let's
of the
continue.
monitors Just
So
It's
this
still
they were
still
so
should
ill at
go
ease just because
in
it
there.
just made them feel like they were gasping for breath. It was
Come on.
tough to watch.
it's so
on.
brilliantly
It would be a
acted.
terrible way to go.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
so and this
Go.
must have been
In.
one of the harder
Bang it.
scenes, just
Go.
physically
Go
for
in,
you to
go
do,
in, go in,
Ryan.
go in, go in.
In
This
terms of
hurts.
just what it took your body,
Really?
the toll it took on your body. Like this was.
Well, there's a lot
intense.
of stuff we
Go
cut
in
out,
there.
which is really the hardest part of it, I think. But
Go in without
kept a
piercing
few
me,
pieces in, and
please.
it was worth it.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I
hurt-
think we
don't
ended up
hurt me
trimming down
again.
what was originally there because it was so oppressive. It was
Yeah, it
just,
was-
oh,
it was
no.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
How did that feel on your skin, Ryan?
come on. Go in.
What?
Go in.
Oh, this
go
is
in.
good.
Oh, no.
Computer-generated,
I know.
Go.
Good Lord.
Did I say this was a love story?
That's a little
It's a horror movie.
too. What the heck? Okay, that will go there. This should. Ow. Pain. Okay. Ow. Ow. Oh my god. Okay. That's just a little too painful right now. Let's just cut this piece off. Just a little bit.
Now,
Oh,
some
that was so
comic book
painful.
fans
Oh
will
my
be
gosh.
Sad to hear that
So
there is a
painful.
scene that we cut out
So
which
painful.
actually has
So
chemically
painful.
Dr. Killebrew
And now it fits. Oh
in
my
this
god. Oh my.
sequence.
Ow. Damn.
after
Okay. Oh,
unbelievable
that's painful.
we
So
put it on
painful.
film, but, it was with a heavy heart we took it out, but it just
But it
had
fits.
to go.
It
There's
fits.
just one more
Good.
layer in the.
Oh, that's
Ajax
painful. I need a
plot.
drink. Hold on. I
the
need a drink.
Ajax really worked for Dr. Killebrew, who you didn't know was the mastermind until the very end of the movie.
Oh, that was painful. Ow.
I think audiences just got
Okay.
a little bit confused
Ow.
about the hierarchy, and it just made sense ultimately to simplify.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's just a straight revenge story you don't really want to mess with, and it's between these two guys. It's between Wade Wilson and Ajax, and adding that extra layer was tough. It was tough to digest.
Talk about the makeup, Ryan. How long of a process was it to put you in the face and at times the full body makeup?
Well, the full body one is just a pain in the ass that's unavoidable. But this one's not too bad when you do arms and face. It's about 5 hours. That's about 5 hours. But when you do full body, which is the sequence that comes up after this, so head to toe, naked fight scene, full body, that's about 8 or 9 hours, and then you do a 15-hour shoot day, and you're working 25, 26 hours in a day. So tough days, but you don't complain. You just remind yourself that you're getting to make Deadpool after 10 years. of
Okay.
dating.
So hours to put it on, and what, about 30 seconds to just rip it off yourself, right?
At the end of each day, man, I was counting the seconds to rip it off, and I would do it with my hands, which would
I
totally
guess I'll be back.
aggravate our sweet,
I'm gonna end the video
incredible
here, though.
genius makeup artist Bill Corso, because he was worried about my skin because it would, when you rip it off, it's epoxy to your skin, so it's kind of damaging. But I didn't care. I was just dying to get home.